From 1775 to 1783, a span of 8 years, 25,000 people died. That was 1% of the American population. They died to give us something that the world had never seen before. A true nation of freedom and liberty. They fought, they killed, they died to give us something that no country had ever seen before. Today we celebrate that on the 4th of July with fireworks and barbecues and family, and it's a wonderful thing. But let's not forget what was sacrificed to give us those freedoms. Now, I don't know of any Revolutionary War cemeteries nearby, so I've come out here for another reason. I wanted to talk to you guys about civil rebellion. Without rebellion, we would not have this country. Without people standing up for what they believed in and for what was right and for the cause of mankind against tyranny and oppression, we would not have what we have. Why have I brought you to a Confederate cemetery? Because these two wars are far more closely related than you might think. Daniel S. Reagan, 1828 to 1890. You see, the Civil War, we also commemorated this year, the 150th anniversary of it. 625,000 people died in 4 years. Half the time, and yet that was 2% of the population died. The problem was, the Civil War was not simply a matter of slavery, although slavery had to end. Slavery, the act of killing people and stealing people from their homes, taking them to another country to enslave them for our purposes, is one of the most vile, evil, and hell-worthy acts ever devised by man, and it had to end. But 625,000 people did not die simply for the cause of slavery. The Southern life was an entirely different way of life from the North. And from the federal government in Washington, D.C., they imposed taxes and regulations and policies that defied everything that the Southerners lived for. The Southerners wanted to exercise their freedom and their right from the Constitution, their states' rights, to secede from the nation. However, the federal government didn't want to let that happen. And there was a war, a shot that started in Fort Sumter, South Carolina. So while slavery had to end, this was not the way to do it. The Southerners did not fight so that they could remain racist slave owners. They fought because their way of life and their liberty was being taken away from them. That's the reason why we fought the Revolutionary War. Our freedoms and our liberties were being burdened and oppressed under tyranny, and we fought and killed and died to get that freedom. Our country is the greatest country on earth. We were given freedoms and liberties that no other nation in the world had ever seen before. The chance for the people to live, the chance for the people to decide, the chance for the people to control their destiny. We didn't all agree, we didn't all believe on the same things, but we all agreed that freedom and liberty of man was the best way to be. So how come 78 years later we found ourselves in the same problem that we had just fought against the British for? And now here it is 150 years after that, and we're fighting for the exact same thing, freedom and liberty. You see, the federal government is not supposed to control and regulate every aspect of our lives. It was given to us, the American people, to do that. And yet we've kind of slowly let that slip away. And when the American people let that slip away, someone else has to take control. And when that someone else takes control, we lose a little bit of our soul. I'm not calling for any kind of violent rebellion. I'm talking about a civil rebellion. Our money spent equals our money control. Our self-reliance equals no reliance on the federal government. Our taking care of others equals no need for the federal government to take care of others. Our personal responsibility equals our personal responsibility. No need for the federal government to regulate and punish the whole for the sake of the few. You do it. This is civil rebellion. We rebel against the outside forces that seek to control and regulate our own lives. And yet we live in such a way that doesn't need that to happen. We become responsible, self-reliant people. We fight and we stand up for what we believe in. This is the freedom and liberty we were given so many years ago. From the Revolutionary War to the Civil War to now here in 2011, we are Americans. We are free. We cannot afford to let that slip away, nor can we afford to lose so many more people through violence and war. I didn't always care growing up, but I care now. And I want to share this message with you. It is up to us to do this. It is not up to anyone else. If you are an American, it is up to you. If you care about your freedoms and liberties, it is up to you. No longer live according to the status quo of pop culture, but decide for yourself. Lead your family. Become self-reliant. Become responsible. Take care of your neighbors. Spend your money wisely. Save your money. That's your freedom. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it helped you a little bit. I hope you spread the word and share it, because this civil rebellion is up to us. It is about no one else but us. And if we don't do it, nobody else will.